ICSI is going to pay you money for every student you help to register to the CS course. What is this all about? This is about a new scheme that is launched by the institute that is called as the CS Mitra scheme. Let us quickly find out more details about this scheme by going through the notification that has been issued by the institute. In this notification, the institute has clearly given out details about who is eligible to become a CS Mitra, who is not eligible to be a CS Mitra, what are the incentives that are going to be given to a CS Mitra, and what is the procedure for registering as a CS Mitra, in addition to certain disclaimers that are given by the institute. So before going through the notification, what is the role of CS Mitra? CS Mitra category has been created, or the scheme has been launched so that we encourage more and more students to join this CS course. So let us quickly look at the notification. This talks about eligibility to become a CS Mitra under the CS Mitra scheme and the disclaimer. The point 1 clearly talks about who is eligible to become CS Mitra. In this, they say that any person, whether you are a CS member, CS student, any teachers at various schools and colleges, students at various universities and colleges, the retired employees of the institute, the housewife, young girls and boys above the age of 18 years is eligible to become a CS Mitra. So they've kept the scope wide open that any person who is above the age of 18 years will be eligible for being registered as a CS Mitra with the ICSI. Now let us see who is not eligible to become a CS Mitra. The employees, whether you are a regular employee or contractual employee of the institute, that is ICSI, and whether you are posted at any location. So all over India, whoever is an employee of the ICSI, they are not eligible to become CS Mitra. So anyway, you're directly related to the institute, because of conflict of interest, they will not permit you to be registered as a CS Mitra. The retired employees are permitted because they are no longer in association with the institute. They are not directly associated at this given point in time. So they are permitted, but who are currently the employees of the institute, they will not be permitted to be registered as a CS Mitra. In addition to that, any council members, regional council members, managing committee members of the chapters, the auditors and consultants will also not be eligible to become CS Mitra. Again, it becomes the conflict of interest. Now let us see what is the incentive that is going to be given to the CS Mitra. Point 3 says the rate of incentives payable for CS Mitra under the scheme will be as follows. They say that rupees 500 per student is to be paid to them, that is to the CS Mitra, for every student who is going to be registered in the executive program subject to the applicable tax deduction. So the point to be noted here is that this referral code or this referral scheme or the incentive is going to be given only if you help or if you suggest or refer a student to join the executive program. This is not going to be given at the CS EET level. And once a student is registered at the executive program, once he passes, he is automatically going to be pushed to the CS professional program. He is already a student of the institute. It is not a new registration. So for CS professional also no referral is required, because he is already a pre-existing student of the institute. So this scheme is applicable only for referring the students to join the executive program. Further, the above incentive will only be valid for registration categories wherein concession in fees is not applicable. They've imposed a condition. What is the condition? They are saying that for every registration, the scheme of CS Mitra will not be applicable. If a student is registering under any criteria where he is getting some concession in the fees already, then in that case, the CS Mitra cannot avail a referral for that particular registration. Now, let us see what is the procedure for getting ourselves registered as a CS Mitra. They say that any person who is willing to become a CS Mitra is required to apply through online process. So we have to make an application. Just by saying that, okay, I have referred this student, you're not eligible to get any kind of incentive. First, you should register yourself with ICSI as a CS Mitra. Once you submit an online application, your registration process will be completed and you will be given a unique code, okay, as a CS Mitra code, and that code is required to be entered by the student when he is submitting his application, that is the CS Executive Program application. At that time, he has to enter the details of you being the CS Mitra. The CS Mitra code is required to be entered. So you are required to submit an application online. After the credentials are verified, they are registered at CS Mitra with ICSI and they are going to be allotted with the unique code number. The students are required to mention this referral code while registering themselves for the CS Executive Program. So there is a registration procedure that is provided for registering oneself as a CS Mitra. Now, how are the payments going to be processed? All payments will be transferred by the date of Department of Finance and Accounts to the bank account of the beneficiary through NEFT. So it is going to be a NEFT, and whatever payment is due, that payment is going to be given for every student 500 which is subjected to tax deductions. After that, whatever amount is required to be given to you depending upon how many students you have referred, that amount is going to be transferred to you by the way of NEFT transfer. The CS Mitra shall not have any right to claim any benefit under any circumstance until and unless he meets the eligibility criteria and completes the verification procedure. Very, very important that we are not going to give you any benefit for the referral that you have given before you are registered yourself as a CS Mitra. So only after your verification procedure is completed and your code is generated, only after that whomever you have referred, only for those number of students, incentive is going to be given to you. The institute shall have a right to reject any CS Mitra before giving any monetary benefit if it is found that the person has used some unfair means or malpractices, and in such a case, the decision of the institute shall be final. So at any point in time, if they find out that any CS Mitra has resorted to unfair means or any kind of malpractice, they have the right to reject any monetary benefit or any incentive that has to be given to such CS Mitra who has resorted to such wrongful practices. CS Mitra shall not have any right or claim against the institute except the payment of the amount as above. So what you are for the efforts that you have put for encouraging your students, only for those number of students which are validly referred by you, for those number of students you can claim your monetary benefit. The CS Mitra needs to provide PAN details mandatorily to fulfill the taxation and statutory compliance along with the banking details, so that when the NEFT transactions are required to be made, they have the necessary details to transfer the incentive amount. At the end, the institute has also given us a disclaimer. What is the disclaimer all about? They say, I hereby, this disclaimer is required to be given by CS Mitra when he is making an application for registration. They say that I hereby undertake that in the event of being registered by ICSI as a CS Mitra, I shall take all proprietary and confidential information that I get to or access to know during my association with ICSI as its CS Mitra shall be kept confidential and it shall not be disclosed to anyone. This covenant shall remain valid and binding even after the CS Mitra ceases to be associated by the institute, and I also undertake to be always abided by the ICSI guidelines for nomination of CS Mitra. So in the last, they have given a disclaimer. This disclaimer is required to be given by the CS Mitra while he is filling the form for being registered as a CS Mitra, that whatever information I get access to as a CS Mitra, all that information will be kept by me as confidential forever. Even after I stop being a CS Mitra, even after I stop being associated by the institute or with the institute, I will still continue to maintain the confidentiality of all the data that I have got access to merely because I was a CS Mitra. So this is all about the notification that has been issued by the institute. This is an initiative of the institute to encourage as many as students to join the CS course with the help of the various people in the association. So that is all about this notification.